What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Richard Prophet, and welcome back to the Prophet Realty Group channel, where we talk about everything and anything related to real estate. Now, we talk a lot about like the broker side of things, right? But today we're going to talk some landlord stuff, all right? I'm going to give you a little glimpse into what's it really like to be a landlord. It's not all fun and games. So let's get into it. Cheers. All right. So we have a tenant. She's on a program. Her rent is $1,550 a month. They stopped paying the rent, right? So second, hey, where's the rent? I'm gonna pay. They're gonna pay. Right, second month, first month, second month. So going into the third month, so we take her to court, right? So by the time we start the proceedings on her, she owes $3,100. Now, by the time this gets to court, right, she owes $6,400, right? Because you got to get an index number, you got to do this, you got to do that, blah, blah, blah. So by the time it gets in front of a judge, she owes $6,400. And, this is that story. So, all right, let's get into it. This is the paper they give you from the court. That's called the STIP. Today's date. Your index number will go here. Your company name goes here, or, your name. You are the petitioner against the tenant's name here. They're respondent. The names have been crossed out to protect the guilty. Subject premises, cross that out, but her apartment is 1B, right? So she owes $6,400. As soon as we get there, flap. The judge kicks off $200 of that, knocks it down to $6,200. Doesn't give me any explanation, just blacks it out. Boom. Okay, so $6,200. This is November 3rd. A couple years back, used to take somebody to court for non-pay. They would give the tenant 10 days, maximum 2 weeks to, either come up with the money or figure something out, right? So we're November 3rd. Instantly, he knocks off the $200, and then he says, oh, okay, they owe this money until the end of the month, November 30th. Okay. But they have until December 14th to come up with the money. And not only do they have a month and a half from now to come up with the money, but we're not even going to include December's rent in that judgment of $6,200. So it's $6,200 today. In December, it's going to be more, right? So by December 14th, when they don't come up with the money, they're going to run back to court and do what's called the order to show cause, right? So they're going to get another court date. They're going to get in front of the judge. December 14th, it's the holidays. Nobody's going to order a marshal on the holidays, right? So they're going to kick it right out. Next court date, end of January, mid-February, right? Now, so all this time has gone by. By the time we get back to court, the tenant might get back in front of the judge, the tenant might owe $10,000 in rent, right? You got a company, so you can't represent yourself. You have to be represented by an attorney. Paralegal fees, attorney fees, index fees, court fees. Call that another $4,000, $5,000 maybe. So now, by the time you get back in front of the court for this, you're $15,000 in the hole, right? The tenant's on a program. Is the tenant going to show up in February with $15,000? The answer's no. Is the program going to pay you $15,000? The answer's no. They'll give the tenant another 30 days, another 45 days. So, but during all this time, You still have to pay your mortgage. You still have to maintain the property. You still have to heat the property. You still have to pay for water. You still got to pay, your super. You still got to pay your guys to do the garbage. You still have to pay, but the tenant doesn't have to pay. Oh, and another thing, you're going to learn as a landlord, whenever you are taking a tenant to court for a non-payment of rent, they are going to mysteriously come up with a long laundry list of repairs that have mysteriously happened to the apartment a week or 2 weeks before you showed up to court. Now, this tenant in particular has been in this place, in this unit, for about 9 months, right? Now, like I said, she's on a program. So if any of you are familiar with programs in New York City, before the tenant can move in, the tenant sends inspectors out. Right? And, they check the heck out of the apartment. They, check the floors for cracks. They check the walls. The apartment has to be freshly painted. All the doors have to open and close. I mean, the windows have to go up, stay up, and lock. I mean, they even come with this gun for the hot water, and it has to go up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Or they'll fail the apartment. They won't allow the tenant to even move into the apartment. So you're telling me in 8 months of your tenancy, you have this long laundry list of repairs that need to be done to your newly inspected apartment, right? So, and here's the kicker, right? The tenant has a month and a half to go back to court and not pay the rent. But I have just a couple of days to resolve this laundry list of repairs to her apartment, right? I got to fix her apartment immediately. And, one of the things here are, I mean, you're going to laugh, but loose bedroom door closet. Something else with the bedroom door, and paint throughout entire apartment. First of all, you've been there 8 months. When you moved in, the entire apartment was painted. So if the apartment needs to be repainted, if the apartment is scuffed up during those 8 months of your tenancy, you were the one that scuffed it up while you were living there, not paying any rent. How am I supposed to? Why do I have to repaint it in 8 months? New York City, you can repaint your apartment every 3 years, not within 8 months. And the judge takes it, puts it right down on the repairs that I have to fix in the next couple of days, or I'll suffer the consequences. I mean, you go to court, you expect justice. You have a property, you have a house, you have a small building, whatever. The tenant's not paying you any rent. The right thing to do is, if they can't pay rent, they have to move, right? You go to court expecting justice, and this is what you get. I mean, $15,000 in, and I got the next couple of days to do repairs, and they don't even have to pay any rent. I mean, look, if you're thinking about getting into real estate, getting into the landlord's side of real estate, I mean, we got this new mayor that, I mean, it's tenant season. It's open season on the landlords right now. A small landlord, you're thinking about buying a 2-family house, putting a tenant downstairs, or you want to buy a couple of investment properties with your brother, or you got some guys from work, and you guys, you raised a couple $100,000, you want to buy, 5 family. Just wait, man. Or just think about it, because if you're gonna go all in and you don't have money to float that mortgage, float those repairs, float those employees, float the people to do the garbage, float the tickets, without counting on their rent or without counting on a couple of those rents, then you're gonna get eaten alive. The mortgage, the foreclosure crisis in New York wasn't because of robo signing and the banks, this and that. The mortgage crisis in New York was because of tenants not paying the rent and the courts you know, not putting them out exponentially when they needed to get out. I mean, hey, I'm, just be careful. I'm Richard Prophet. This is the Prophet Realty Group channel. I mean, leave a comment below. Let's talk about it. If this is happening to you, or something like this, tell me your story. Tell me what you went through. If you know somebody that went through something like this, let's talk about it. Or if you know somebody going through this, send them this video. Tell them to shoot me an email. Let them know, they're not alone. We're with them. We're riding with them. And if you know somebody that is thinking about investing in real estate, send them this video. And if you want to learn about real estate, really learn about real estate, not just all roses from the gurus on TV or in the internet or whatever, spitting make believe. Subscribe to this channel, and I'll give it to you straight. I'll give it to you like it is, the good and the bad. I'm Richard Prophet. This is the Prophet Realty Group channel. Thanks for watching. Cheers.